Hey guys, welcome to my ARC review for Things Gods Break by Abigail Owen. I was very lucky to get approved for an electronic ARC, which is advanced reading copy, and I can't wait to talk about it. First, I want to say thank you to Red Tower Books for giving me permission to read the electronic ARC for this. I have been waiting impatiently for this book to come out because Games Gods Play is one of my favorite books from last year. I have a copy of it. It has the beautiful sprayed edges, and even the end papers have Hades and Lyra depicted in them. And the new one, which I will also be buying as a collectible, has also the sprayed edges, and you'll be able to see it on the screen. I'm just gonna leave it on the screen since I had read it as the electronic version and I really don't feel like holding my tablet up the whole time. I would think you are here to at least hear about what this book is about. I know there's descriptions online, so obviously I'm going to give some detail as to what happens in the book, but I will do my best to not spoil. So if you're the type of reader that you don't want a lot of details, it probably isn't the best thing for you to watch my ARC review, but I am going to try my best not to give anything that would spoil the book. If you read Games Gods Play, obviously at the end of that is a cliffhanger, and it's a huge cliffhanger, and it's the type that you want the next book like right now. And I remember I did a TikTok at the time because I needed to know what happened after the events of Games Gods Play. And boy, do you get answers in this one. And I gobbled this up. I am reading it just in time. It does come out on October 21st. And I had a lot going on and I've been wanting to read it, and it's been killing me because I've been so busy. I haven't had a chance to read it as much as I wanted, but I was able to finish it before the actual book comes out so that I can do an ARC review for you guys. So obviously we see Lyra, and what happened at the end of Games Gods Play, you see where she is in this book. And even in the description, you know that she is in Tartarus. So Tartarus in mythology is the deepest of the hell. It's like the hell underneath hell, and it's for the biggest criminals, the most evil of everybody. And also down there are the Titans. The Titans are the original gods, and you get a chance to see some of the most famous characters in Greek mythology. So it was definitely a pleasure being a fan of Greek mythology. It was definitely a pleasure that Abigail Owen is incorporating so many different Greek mythology characters in this. I love how much she went deeper into all of the Greek mythology, to the point that I do have this book, and because I haven't really paid that much attention to Greek mythology recently, it's been a few years that it was testing my memory, some of the things that she put in there. But I have this book, and if you're not familiar with Edith Hamilton and you have any interest in Greek mythology, I definitely recommend her. But this book, it's not really showing on screen as much as I want it to, but it has a lot of detail in terms of catching up on the characters in Greek mythology, all the gods, the history of them, and their stories. So it's a really good reference tool if you want to read up on any of the characters. And I definitely was reading a little bit deeper into it as I was reading Things Gods Break. So basically Lyra is in Tartarus, and she has to go through 7 locks in order to get out. And she's basically the key, seemingly. And I'm going to say seemingly because obviously there's a lot of stuff going on and I don't want to ruin any of the detail, and I won't bring up a couple of surprise characters that you meet in Tartarus. I will leave it up to you guys to see who shows up in this book when you read it. So we're spending the book wanting Lyra to get out of there, but if she does get out, the problem is that she will release everyone that's in Tartarus, which is basically the Titans. And they're locked up in there because of the chaos that they had back in the day, and their children did put them in Tartarus. No one really wants them out, and they have always been told, the legend has that if they are let out, it's not going to be good. One of the main things I love about this series is I really love Abigail Owen's writing style. I love how she writes. I'm getting sucked up into the story, and I absolutely love getting lost in a story. I feel like she writes really well, and I just loved all the Greek mythology in this book. It's definitely one of the big reasons why I love her stories. Obviously, the love story with Lyra and Hades, and you get more of that in some fashion in this, and I won't obviously say how or why in this book. And before I say the next part, because it may be considered a spoiler, so if you made it this far and you absolutely don't want anything that's going to be even in the realm of spoiler, probably best to stop here. But this one also, unfortunately, ends again on a cliffhanger, which was just devastating for me because I want to read the next one so badly. They already have announced the third book is coming out in August of 2026. I believe it's called The Wrath of the Gods, but I will put a picture of, they didn't release the cover of it, but I'll put a picture of what I saw online. Actually, Allie had sent it to me to let me know that they've already released a date and the fact that they named this third book in this series, the Crucible series. There is a little bit of spiciness that goes with the romance as well. I forgot to mention that. It's definitely not a lot. I would say a majority of this book is Lyra's journey and challenge to get through what she needs to get through to get out of Tartarus. And I feel there's a lot of action with that. There's a lot of character development. I would say the love story is not the main focus of this book. It is the, I think, overall theme because she wants to get back to Hades. She's desperately trying to get out of there to be with Hades, and she's very tormented because of that, and so is Hades. But there are a lot of elements in there that I'm not talking about that you definitely want to read about. So the spice level is, I would say, on the minimal side, but it is in there. If you loved Games Gods Play, I think you will definitely love Things Gods Break. So I would pick it up, and especially with the sprayed edges, it's such a gorgeous book. I'm definitely a fan of the sprayed edges, and I can't wait to add that to my collection that I have up at the top up there. It comes out October 21st. If you read it and have any thoughts, come back to this video, put the comments in there. I would love to hear from people that get a chance to read it and what your opinions are as well. Thanks for watching, guys, and until next time.